Bhekimpilo Mbedzi is a Zimbabwean who is not happy with Constitutional Act of 2026, number 3 of 2026. He is not the only Zimbabwean who is not happy. I must undertake to say almost all Zimbabweans are not happy about the constitutional crisis that Emerson Mnangagwa has plunged the country into. Zimbabweans, as we speak at the moment, they are calling for reaction to send. In fact, they have been sending a clear message to Emerson Mnangagwa to retract, in fact, this anti-people bill. But the regime has responded with violence to the citizens of Zimbabwe seeking to speak against this bill. Bhekimpilo Mbedzi did not organize a protest. He was just calling for Zimbabweans to join the faceless protest that were scheduled to take place on the 31st of July 2026. We saw the government reacting, and the rest is history at the moment. And international organizations such as Amnesty have actually put a statement to the government of Zimbabwe to ensure that Bhekimpilo Mbedzi is released. He is a political prisoner, denied his rights to protest. Did not protest before notifying the police. In fact, he was arrested way before time. In Zimbabwe, the police will tell you that you only need to clear an event a week before, not an event that will happen after some months. You just need to clear an event a week before. There was ample time for Bhekimpilo Mbedzi to do so, but the government decided to arrest him, fearing his impact. And as we are speaking, he is languishing in prison for exercising his rights contained in the Bill of Rights. Every Zimbabwean has a right to protest. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. Now let's go to the facts. Bhekimpilo Mbedzi was arrested on July 10 after publicly expressing his intention to protest against the constitutional amendments. Outspoken politician Job Sikala leads the NDWG. Amnesty International has called for the unconditional release of human rights defender Bhekimpilo Mbedzi, who faces charges of inciting citizens to revolt against Constitutional Amendment Act number 3 of 2006. Mbedzi, who is also the Matabeleland South Provincial Chairperson of the National Democratic Working Group, NDWG, was arrested on July 10 after publicly expressing his intention to protest against the constitutional amendments. Outspoken politician Job Sikala leads the NDWG. Mbedzi posted a video on social media calling for protest against the recently enacted CAA 3, which extended President Emerson Mnangagwa's term to 2030. Mbedzi has been denied bail. According to the state, he faces charges of inciting an unlawful gathering, with the prosecution alleging that he failed to notify the relevant authorities of the planned gathering. Amnesty International said Mbedzi did not commit a crime. And I must also say that Mbedzi did not commit a crime. The Zimbabwean authorities must immediately and unconditionally release Bhekimpilo Mbedzi, as he is detained solely for the peaceful exercise of his human rights. The rights body said. It also urged ordinary citizens to write to Prosecutor General Lois Matanda Moyo to demand Mbedzi's release. In a draft letter to Matanda Moyo, the rights body said citizens must insist that Mbedzi be released, as he was being detained for peaceful exercise of his human rights. Now, these human rights, including the rights to freedom of expression, association, and peaceful assembly, are protected under the Constitution of Zimbabwe, the African Charter on Human Rights and People's Rights, and the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, to which Zimbabwe is a state party. The letter reads, the use of criminal charges against individuals for peacefully expressing dissenting views or mobilizing others to participate in peaceful demonstration risk undermining civil space and discouraging the legitimate exercise of human rights. Mnangagwa recently signed CAA 3 into law despite court challenges and widespread opposition to the proposed amendments, including from within ZANU-PF, war veterans and retired army generals. The act set far-reaching changes to the country's constitutional framework, including extending presidential and parliamentary terms from 5 to 7 years. It scraps direct presidential elections, expand executive influence over judiciary and prosecutorial appointments, and abolishes constitutional commissions such as the Zimbabwe Gender Commission. The parliament-led public consultation process was widely criticized by legal experts as inadequate, with the reports of intimidation and the silencing of dissenting voices, raising serious concerns about compliance with constitutional due process and regional and international standards on meaningful public participation. In Harare, human rights lawyer Douglas was assaulted by suspected ZANU-PF thugs after attempting to make submissions. So we still continue to call for the release of Bhekimpilo Mbedzi by the regime of Emerson Mnangagwa. You know, in other countries, it would not be business as usual if one of you is haunted by the regime, as it is done to Bhekimpilo Mbedzi. But Zimbabwe, because people are afraid, it is understandably so. But for how long shall people remain afraid whilst ZANU-PF continues to trample on the rights of the citizens? That is the mind-boggling question. We still call for, let me also reiterate what has been said by Amnesty International, actually flooding the prosecutor generals with the letters demanding the release of Bhekimpilo Mbedzi may also be a step in assisting in putting pressure to this heartless and anti-people regime. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okangubu Mhlabane is signing off. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast, definitely as I give you